So today, John is going to be putting the engine together. We saw in the other episode about the rotating assembly. Now we get to see everything come together for his LS. John, tell me what you're doing today. That way, when we put this thing in fast forward, the watching audience knows what's going on.
All right, so today we're going to do the rear main assembly, which is the rear main seal, the cover, and the gasket. We're going to be dealing with the front timing chain, front oil pump, the changeover, the conversion to the small oil pan for the muscle cars or the S10 conversions. We'll be putting in the high performance oil pump, standard timing chain, lifters, lifter supports and holders, heads, rockers, and basically the knock sensors in the top end.
So basically everything other than the intake and so on and so forth. So you're putting this thing in, so that's all you gotta do is put an intake on it and wire it up, fuel it, fill it,
Yes.
fluids, fire it up.
Make it ready to go.
All right. We're gonna let John take over from here.
So we're doing the rear main seal. Make sure your seal goes on the right way. Felpro does have a cap to help make installation a little easier. So make sure your seal, when it goes on, goes the right way. Same way with the front crank seal. So we're just going to show you how the best way to install this. All right, so we got this back set in place. Just use a little hammer. They do make a seal tool for this, but these are pretty well easily designed rubber seals on the outside to make sure it seats nicely. And then just before we put this on, we'll take this plastic cover off so that way it doesn't damage anything when we install it. Your front crank seal, make sure the seal goes the correct way. Alright, so the harmonic balancer is going to go on. So there's your seal lip, so it's facing the right way. So when the harmonic balancer goes on, it actually forces that lip back and sets in place and gives a nice tight seal. Alright, so here's the cam thrust plate. GM calls it, or other people call it different things, but it's designed to hold the retainer for the camshaft. Aftermarket and some updates, depending on the year, have a offset or inset for your bolts. You can get the kit that has the bolts in it, which will be a Torx head bolt. Or if you just get just a plate, then you can use the original standard bolts that will line up and it will still support everything like it's supposed to, and there is enough clearance for your timing sprocket for your cam. This here is the upgrade to the Performance LS Swap oil pan. The valley pan is going to be the same. It's got a shorter pickup tube for the oil pan. Just to show everybody that the big difference here is this doesn't extend out as far, and it's a little bit shallower here. It does come, this is a GM Performance. It does come with a new oil dipstick to compensate. It is a 5-quart system, and it does fit the oil filters of the classic. You do a 07 Silverado with the 5.3, but it's just their standard setup. Gasket's pre-riveted in place. It comes with all the gasket and all the hardware needed. All new pan bolts, nuts for the valley pan, and it does come with the O-ring for the pickup.
And we'll have that part number listed in the description. So make sure as you're watching this, you check out below, check out the parts listing for the motor. And this is a conversion, is that correct?
Yes, this is the conversion. It's the LS Performance Swap oil pan.
So it was feeling a little warm in the shop today, so I decided to hook up the fan, and it was feeling good for a moment, all the way until... Oy.